let's talk about the game against Cal Baptist over the weekend. Just have your thoughts on it right now, and then we can get into it.
Yeah, a really hard fought battle as we expected against Cal Baptist. We always have really good games. I think the game we had at their place was, it was kind of unusual for the matchups that we have, and we knew that it would be, 1-2 possession game throughout the course of the game, and that's what it was. Great crowd. We had a bunch of different promotions and things going on. We had to move our alumni day from the 24th of January to the 7th. It was also our breast cancer awareness game and the diaper dash. And so it was just a really cool day. I mean, there were a lot of groups of people here who maybe had not even seen us play, and hopefully we won over some new fans. I mean, it was, as far as women's basketball, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better game.
And I mean, tough loss, tough game. But what kind of confidence does that give you guys to be able to play at that level of the people who are on top of the WAC right now?
I mean, you never know what the game would have been like had we not played a game on Tuesday. 5 games in 3 days. I mean, 3 games in 5 days is kind of a lot, not just physically, but mentally as well, just to, study and learn 3 scouting reports. But I was really proud of our team. I thought the third quarter was phenomenal. We were down at halftime, and we just kind of recalibrate a little bit at halftime, and man, our starters went out and just did a phenomenal job. And in the second half, I thought we had some critical defensive lapses that maybe were a little bit of mental fatigue or something like that. But overall, just really proud of our players, proud of their performance. Unfortunately, we had another injury during the game that left us even more shorthanded in the post position, and I think that got us the last, probably 5 minutes of the game, just having some people out on the court without, getting their normal breather. Probably gave them, I don't know, maybe just they were a little bit more dead leg than normal. But I think just looking back and reflecting on that game, watching film on it, just really proud of our team and the way they fought. It's a hard-fought battle against, the 2 top teams in the league.
We'll talk about the 3 games in a little bit, but just another game with multiple players on your team scoring in double digits or just making an impact in general. How good is that to see as a coach that it's never going to be just one player that you're having to rely on?
I think a glue girl for us that doesn't get the credit she deserves is Emma Troxel. She makes a ton of plays. If there's going to be a loose ball and someone dive on it and get possession of it, it's going to be Emma. She by far leads our team in taking charges. She just makes a lot of plays that get the momentum swung our direction. And then all she did Saturday was have her career high. She hit tough shots for us that we had to have. We ended the third quarter. She got her shot blocked. Cal Baptist picks it up, tries to pass over her head. She steals it, makes a shot at the buzzer. Just those momentum swing plays are big, and she's involved in a lot of those. But just, I thought she had a phenomenal week altogether. But Saturday, I thought she really stepped up her game and was pretty fierce throughout the course of the game. And she was the one that didn't really have the subs that she's used to, and so she played a lot of minutes and just was really courageous and fought hard in all of that. Aaron and Peyton are 2 of the best scoring wing players in the conference, and they have done a great job for us throughout conference play. Of, sometimes they take turns on who's scoring, and then, some nights they both go off. And so, love coaching both of them. It's a really strong wing duo that we can run a lot of sets for them.
And going ahead, a couple of more tough tests you guys got against a couple of tough Texas teams. What's it going to take to be able to get those wins, especially on the road in hostile arenas?
I feel like we just played Tarleton, even though it was 2 games ago. But, man, when did we even play UTA? That seems so foreign. We've played other teams, twice since we've played them. And, our players are going to have to do a great job of studying the scouting report, just knowing what our game plan is going into that. Road games are so hard to come by. They just won 2 big-time overtime games at their place. So they're probably feeling a lot of confidence, playing at home. And so we've got to understand that and counter that just by being very, very well prepared to play them.
And then you talked about 3 games in a week. It's a little bit of unusual for you guys. How fortunate is it that you're not having to get on a plane or go to a different state you're just going down I-20 and you're just doing that and you're staying in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, just the ability to stay close to home this week, I think, is really good for our team. The chance to be in class a few days this week is good, and when we play at Arlington, we usually have a good crowd there. Have a great crowd when we play at Tarleton, and so I'm looking forward to playing games on the road where we have fans. We had 0 at Utah Tech in Southern Utah the last time we hit the road, and I get it, and we have parents that have flown all over the country watching us play already this year, but it'll be fun, I think, to be able to play in front of some fans in these 2 road games.
You've talked a lot about grit with your team this season. How much grit did you see last week?
Yeah, it was a great week, and I spoke on it several times, talking to you guys about, it's like a player's dream. You got 3 games in a week. You just practice, play, and sounds great, but it does take a lot of overall just wear and tear on your body, just physically and mentally. And our players just did a great job with all of it. I mean, I'm just so proud of the way they entered the week, focused on all the scouting reports. We had, 3 great games, missed out on an opportunity to go 3-0 just by a 1-possession game, but just, couldn't be more proud of our team.
And then you talked about getting back in the classroom, a little bit of recovery. What does the approach to this week look like?
Yeah, we have a Monday to work on ourselves today, and that's kind of what you do throughout the course of conference season when you play Thursday, Saturday, and the last 2 weeks we didn't do that. I mean, the week before we thought we were playing, and then this past week, we had to prep for that Tuesday game, and so, glad that we get a time today just to kind of step back. We'll watch some film today on our games last week, but a chance for us to try to get better in some certain areas. When all you're doing is prepping for games, you are not drilling your offense, you're not drilling your defense. And so today we'll do a lot of 3-on-3, 4-on-4, just some breakdown things to just kind of get our minds ready to put it all together when we get our scout on Tuesday.
And you kind of go from last week 3 games to now 3 games in almost a 2 weeks
Yeah.
span. How exciting is that?
Yeah, one of my favorite Kobe Bryant quotes is, "You rest at the end, not in the middle." And so we've got, this gauntlet this week, and then next week we can catch our breath, but we can't do that this week. I mean, we've got no opportunity to take our foot off the gas this week. These games are super important. We've got to be locked in all week long. But then next week we've got an opportunity to really rest and recover. And so, it's an interesting stretch in our conference schedule, and we'll make the most of it when we get through this week.
Have you ever had this many days off in a season before, really?
No, I mean, just, trying to get ready for that Tarleton game. We had all those days off, which turned out to not be great. We were so rusty on the road, and hopefully we've kind of gotten back into the swing of things this week. But then to take this long break, as head coach, as a staff, we've got to be pretty creative and smart with that time for sure. For me, I'm like, let's get thousands of shots up, but I know that's not going to be the best thing for us to do. But, we have a game plan for next week, but it's pretty interesting with all the days off for sure. But, you're getting closer to the end, and so we're going to make the most of that break.
Especially with crazy schedules and WAC play especially, how have you seen your freshmen develop through the season?
Yeah, the freshmen they're locked in practice every day, and they don't get as many reps, but they are out there learning every single day. If the gun is set up and I hear people shooting, it's probably a freshman right now out in Moody, which speaks volumes for them. They're getting the least amount of playing time, and they're the ones that are putting in the extra work. And I think that says a lot about who they are as people and how they want to help our team, how they want to contribute.
While we're on the topic, Molly Doherty got a little bit more time in non-conference play and then a little bit less in WAC play, but is always the loudest one on the bench. How much energy does she bring to the team?
Yeah, Molly is a great teammate, and you can count on her every day in practice. She's going to come in and go hard. Really what limits Molly's playing time is she's playing behind 2 potential all-conference guards in Aaron and Peyton, and there's just not a lot of minutes. But it does not deter her putting in extra work and just, challenging them and making them work hard every day in practice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Thank y'all.